Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is MOHAMAD and AZIZI, and this is our take on procurement systems in Malaysia. Introduction. The construction industry is a vital component in Malaysian economy. The government's goal is to increase the industry's productivity, efficiency, and safety. The success of a project can be measured in terms of time, cost, and quality. To achieve this, the government even come up with a standardized procurement system that will ensure the success of their construction project. However, different procurement system approaches are needed for clients to achieve their goals in construction. Some of these approaches are traditional system, design-enabled system, management-oriented system, with each of their own advantage. There is also a private financing initiative, PFI for short, that is usually for large-scale project, showing that there is more of what the eyes can see in the existence of procurement system that exists in the construction industry. What is a procurement system? Basically, a procurement system, according to citations and researchers, procurement is how to ensure effective acquisition of product, services, and labor from external sources, implementing the process of procurement planning, identify qualification of bidders, and has whether or not they have bidding documents, receipts of bids, and award of contract will ensure the procurement system to have less corruption and improve ability to verify suppliers' reliability. There are also various procurement procedures. There are three to be exact. There are traditional tenders, which is a competitive process that allows qualified contractors and suppliers to submit proposals for a construction project. The negotiated tender is a method where the client engages in direct negotiation with a single contractor or a small group of contractors instead of conducting a competitive bidding process. And lastly, a selective tender. Usually, is a predetermined group of contractors or suppliers that are invited to submit bids for a specific construction project, which is usually a large-scale project and uses management oriented procurement.
Hi and Assalamualaikum. And for this slide, I will explain about the research methodology. The type of research we conduct is qualitative. Finding an appropriate answer is not a goal for this research. Instead, we should focus on regarding of the ideal match for the research study. So first, data collection methods. We conduct an interview with Encik Azhar, a senior quantity surveyor at Ilham Consultant Sendirian Berhad. The key information are familiar with the research environment and speak eloquently about the knowledge and the understanding can help others to observe and understand both what happened and what is cause for it. Next, we have a document review, a true investigation of the case and clarification of the participant claims were accomplished through the document review. Document available online including journals, articles, reports, and other sources. Appear with a lecturer discussion are also conducted at this phase to gather an essential data and perspective on the research project and determine whatever is the right research team to pursue. Next, for the data collection methods, we have data analysis. The written articles will be submitted for quality controls, verification, and supervision mark. Recommendation will be also be made to enhance the future research and where appropriate industry practice in order to benefit from the knowledge and experience of the project participants. This research was focused on the following project. The cadangan membina dan menyiapkan sebuah dewan tertutup SMKP Pengkalan TLDM Lumut Perak di bawah pakej rangsangan khas untuk Tetuan Kementerian Pendidikan Malaysia. So, in this chapter, we will talk about chapter 4, the case study. First, we have type of procurement system adopt for the selective case study. It is crucial to choose the best approach for hiring a contractor on any building project. In addition, picking the best contractor, it is crucial that the contract document and arrangement be appropriate for the project. For the case study, Izaf Construction Sdn Bhd is the contractor that selected from open tender process. Open tender is the primary method of competitive public procurement used to obtain products, service and infrastructure project is open tendering. Izaf Construction Sdn Bhd will be start the construction process with the subcontractor. Usually, the contractor will choose those who ever works together with them in the previous project, so the relation between them are really good. This will make the construction process running smoothly with the quality that the client wanted in a specific time.
So for method of evaluation, need to be divided into two based on CKUB. Project under 10 million will be considered as small project, while the 10 million and above will be considered as big project that need to be go through another evaluation process. So for this project will be considered as small project. And the criteria to evaluate, which is the first one, completeness of the tender. All the 32 tender that received by the evaluation committee are all in a perfect condition. And secondly, it have reasonable price that by using a cut-off method, the price offered by tenderer above 50% will be considered to the next evaluation process, while under 50% will be considered if the tenderer have one project ongoing above 50% ahead of time. So next one, we have accuracy of the offer from the tenderer and the department estimate. And fourth, we have reasonable completion time offered, just like Izaf Construction offered 56 weeks to complete this project. And next one, we have capability of tenderer based on their experience, background, finance and so on. And lastly, we have technical conformance based on the tenderer need to comply with the client requirement to get this tender. For preparation of tender report, tender report is a document that summarize the result of the tender process. So the content of the tender report is, first one, we have introduction that explain about project goal, objective and the procurement chose by the client, which is the traditional procurement. Next, we have evaluation criteria that I have explained earlier. And summary of tender, to present a summary of tender that received, including the name of participating contractor, their bid price and any other relevant information as qualification and experience. Next, we have evaluation process, a detailed explanation of the evaluation process, such as preliminary examination of tender document and the scoring. Next one, we have compliance with the project requirement. The report would stress the significance of determine how close each contractor proposal correspond with the project requirement. Next one, we have a risk assessment. This part of the report emphasizes how crucial it is to assess each other capacity for risk management, resource availability and financial stability. After that, we have a recommendation. A strong recommendation would give a contractor who demonstrate the highest level of adherence to the project and favorable considering it is given, such as Izaf Construction been recommended and been chosen for this project. Lastly, we have a summary of evaluation process. The key finding of brief explain for the stakeholder about overview for the evaluation process. And lastly, we have a conclusion. They emphasize how crucial it is to uphold fairness, throughout the process in order to make sure a chosen contractor is chosen on basis of their qualification and compatibility of the project goals.
For the contractual relationship between the client and contractor, the Malaysia Administration of Education and the chosen contractor ISAF Construction Sdn Berhad have signed a contract to build a concert hall at SMK Pengkalan Data TLDM in Lumuk, Perak. The contract outlines each party right, responsible and obligation. The Ministry of Education has the right to a closed hall facility that meets the precise specification and performance standard and must pay the contractor according to the contract term and timelines. However, the contractor is entitled to payment and must deliver the closed hall facility on schedule and to the agreed upon criteria. The contract covers payment term, project milestone, conflict resolution, and duration. To protect sensitive information, contract may include confidential and non-disclosure agreement. Contract ensure honesty, accountability, and project competition. For tender procurement, in preparation, the client will choose architect and consultant for the project, which is the architect is architect ROSLEE will be tasked given to complete the drawing and submit it to consultant, which is Ilham Cost Consultant Sdn Berhad. After the consultant receive the drawing and specification, the consultant will take down all the element. The client choose the contract type for this project, which is PWD 203 1 2010. The client just choose open tendering method and the consultant had to prepare all the open tendering documentation. The consultant had to prepare the tender and the tender document must be include the letter invitation, acceptance, a rate schedule and other essential documentation. In invitation, this tender announcement must specify the specification and contract term for the contractor to bid. So the client use the local newspaper to publish the project. The consultant prepare and evaluate all the tenders for this project. The arithmetical check and realistic competition time and all tenders ability will be considered in this round. But the consultant proposed project contractors that or recommended it to the client. In tender award step, the tender administration will send the chosen tenderer a letter of acceptance with the tender decision. Before submitting, contractors sign a letter tender form. The reception acceptance, the letter is contract related legal document.
Assalamualaikum, my name is LUQMAN. We'll be presenting about form of contract. So form of contract describes the terms, conditions and duties agreed upon by two or more parties that are entering into a commercial arrangement is referred to as a contract. There are numerous standard contract forms in Malaysia. It is Pertubuhan Arkitek Malaysia or known as PAM, and Public Works Department, which is PWD, and International Federation of Consulting Engineers. There are four types of contract. First is traditional contract. Traditional contract, also known as a standard or conventional contract, is a legally binding agreement between two or more parties that follows the established format and structure. So this type of contract are used in our case study. So this is the form of contract that has been used throughout this project. And the second is management contract. A management contract is a legal arrangement in which one party, the contractor or manager, is hired to oversee and manage the administrative and managerial responsibilities of a project, group or particular division of a company. Third is package deal contract. A contract or arrangement that combines several goods, services, or parts into a single offering package. It comprises supplying a group of related products or services as a package rather than selling each one individually. And lastly, public-private partnership. A partnership contract between a government or public sector organization and private sector business is referred to as a PPP. Under a public-private partnership, both parties work together to develop, fund manage, and provide a public service or infrastructure project. And lastly is the standard form of contract. There are three standard form of contract, which I mentioned earlier is Public Works Department, or known as PWD. The Public Works Department of the Malaysian government use standard contract agreement known as PWD. This is used for construction and procurement projects. And second is Pertubuhan Arkitek Malaysia, or known as PAM. They are widely utilized in Malaysia's construction industry. According to Raju in 2010, the PAM standard form of building contract is considered to be institutional originated. And lastly is the Worldwide Federation of Consulting Engineer (FIDC). The standard contract agreement known as FIDC are the form of contract that are frequently used in the global construction industry.
Thank you very much. For the conclusion, a well-functioning procurement system is crucial for the success of a development project. It is to ensure transparency, accountability, and positive return on investment. By following the established procedures, the system prevents corruption, promotes fair competition. It also facilitates efficient resource allocation, on-time delivery of goods and services, quality control, and of course, ultimately, it enhances project efficiency and contribute to a long-term development. Thank you again. Have a nice day.